What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what the squeeze potential is for Tesla for the year 2022. I'm going to talk about a short squeeze, what on earth this means for Tesla, and what you should be anticipating going into the future of this year, because we do have some interesting things to be talking about after something Elon Musk has been tweeting about. Now, before I get into any more detail about where I see Tesla going and whether Tesla has the potential to see another massive short squeeze, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but they're also going to give away a free NEO share for anyone that signs up between now and March 31st. So this is a limited time offer. If you want a chance to get a free NEO share and up to 5 free stocks, check out the offer down below. With that done out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, this thing's been taking quite a bit of a hit. I did anticipate some red, which I talked about in my previous videos, and there is a small gap around the $810 range. So we know about all these things I've been talking about, but the thing about Tesla dropping is the fact that this thing still has insane potential to run really hard. And that is because of a thing known as a short squeeze, also because of the fact that the entire market, in my opinion, is set for it. So I'm going to actually explain why I believe there's going to be a massive short squeeze, or how should I say, like a big wave of many short squeezes across all sorts of companies, perhaps later during this year, and how may that end up affecting Tesla going forward. So Elon Musk tweeted this once, right? We saw many people putting pressure on the SEC to really regulate a lot of the shorting and other things like that going on. And Elon Musk responds by saying things like, would be a good move, needs to include put options and synthetic shorts. So that's an implicit statement that right now we could see synthetic activity that's affecting Tesla's share price. Because guys, I know that this sounds, how should I say, strange, but the truth is the entire market is manipulated, at least to some degree. And it's very uncomfortable for me to say that. It doesn't mean that you can't make money off the market or it's like not good. My point is, like, the market is full of opportunity. It's always going to be full of opportunity, whether stocks prices go up or down, because there's always going to be a different strategy for you to use. But the problem is, or at least something that does happen, is stocks do get manipulated. There are many examples of it, whether you're looking at AMC or GME or NEO or all sorts of companies, but Tesla is getting affected, at least to some degree. Maybe not the same extent, but to some extent. Now look at this data right here. We have the dark pool, or the off-lit exchange volume. That means out of all of Tesla's shares that are traded, a large percentage of them are actually not even traded on the on-lit exchanges. Gary Gensler estimated that for retail, it's about 90 to 95%. And he's the the SEC chairman, right? He stated that 90 to 95% of the trades you're making may not even be happening on on-lit exchanges. We saw, as of right now, or at least on Friday, 46% of the trades happen on off-lit exchanges. Now, that also includes dark pools, and the reason that exists is because it gives these institutions power to make trades that are not shown, to basically manipulate the prices, which I just think is feasible, but there has to be regulation about that. So that's why people like Elon Musk are implicitly stating that there should be more regulation and more, I would say, the SEC should be pushed a little bit harder. So because of that, I do find it more probable the SEC is going to start doing some very important things. Now, looking at the short interest of Tesla, it's at 2.88% right now. I saw other sources say it's about 3.25%, but a long time ago, it used to be around, I believe, 8%. So it did drop quite a bit. That did play a role in Tesla running the way it did. But it wasn't just that. It was FOMO too and other things like that. But what's going to happen during this year, right? What's going to happen to the Tesla share price? How is a massive short squeeze going to come? And how is this going to affect Tesla? So here's the main line right now. We're living in a market where there's going to be a lot of liquidity. And what's happening is the liquidity is going to start drying up relatively soon. As that happens, the ability for these shorts to continue to short companies, whether they are shorting Tesla to the same degree as before or not, it's going to be tougher on them, because numbers like this, they may not always be accurate, because Elon Musk himself is using words like synthetic shorts. So the way a synthetic short is created, I'm going to make it very simple. It's basically just means that you have these market makers. They are selling shares to individuals, or they could just be borrowing these shares. They're making duplicate shares from the DTC, which is the vault of the DTCC, and then they use that to short the company, dilute the share price. There's a possibility of that happening. I'm not guaranteeing that it's happening to an extremely high degree. I'm just putting it out there that that's a real possibility, and there should be a lot more accountability to stop this. So going into the share price of Tesla, what's happening is you can't short a stock so crazily. There's a limit to how much you could really do it. Even if you have the power to keep doing it and doing it, eventually you have to cover those positions. There's no way around it. Even a synthetic has to be treated as a real share. So this means that if all this shorting was going on with Tesla right now, bringing the share price down, I do think that shorting played a big role too. And the true short interest could easily be a lot higher than 2.88%. It could easily be 5%, 7%. So what's happening is these institutions start shorting Tesla like crazy. We're also seeing possible, means of manipulation. Maybe all sorts of other things are playing a role. I know the market is playing a role, institutions selling, but that's another thing that plays a role. So for those who shorted Tesla and all these companies, because small to mid caps, if you look at companies like, I don't know, Neo, they got absolutely hammered over the last, I'd say 3 to 9 months, just absolutely hammered. But here's the thing, they can't do this forever, especially in the current market conditions, where we're probably going to see the SEC starting to do some more serious things. We're also going to notice something else that's crazy, and that is the fact that a lot of people are going to be, buying and buying and buying these dips. So as people buy these dips, these big hedge funds, these big institutions are going to have a really hard time to keep on shorting them and keeping them down in the future as the cost to borrow money in America starts to go up, because rates are going to start rising relatively soon. On top of that, we're going to see a lot less liquidity that ends up flowing in our markets because of the fact that there are lots and lots of assets, so to speak, assets that are going to be drying up because a lot of these big institutions are using Russian and Chinese money as collateral. That increases the odds of margin calls. So this is what I anticipate for Tesla. This is the bottom line. I know I explained a lot and went off on a tangent. Here's what I expect. I think Tesla could trade sideways. It may take a couple of months, but we're eventually going to reach a point later during this year, perhaps by Q3, maybe earlier, I'm not quite sure exactly when, where the shorts cannot continue to do this. Eventually, the bears are going to become exhausted. And there aren't really too many extremely negative catalysts that could really crash the market. I mean, the only thing that can cause us to drop hard, I would say, would be the Ukraine situation. But besides that, guys, I mean, I don't see us crashing much harder from here. I do see red in the future, but I don't see Tesla going below 700, going down to 6 or 5. I don't see that, guys. I think we already found the bottom. I think that we could have a bit of a pullback. We're going to recover quickly. And for the later parts of this year, there's going to be a lot of squeeze momentum. And we're going to see plays like AMC, GME, NEO, they're really going to start running, in my opinion. And I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not guaranteeing it. It's just that what I think is going to play out given the current market conditions, because it's going to be tough on them. And as a result, what's probably going to happen is we're going to see trillions of dollars move around in this market towards the later end of this year. And that in turn could contribute to Tesla running up too, because Tesla is going to start running up similar to that of the NASDAQ. They also have lots of very bullish catalysts. I mean, they're opening two giant factories this year. They're going to have really good numbers. I mean, it's exciting. I'm very excited. So the way I see it, guys, later in the year, perhaps by, I would say this quarter should be a little bit more stable. We should start running up a little bit as we approach the summer. And from summer up until the end of the year, I see a lot more good moves. It's going to take time. We're going to see high volatility until then, but I do see a massive squeeze, a wave of big squeezes playing out, I would say, towards the later end of this year. I definitely see lots of bullish momentum coming, and that is going to have a ripple effect on Tesla, in my opinion. So with shorts starting to cover, that could push this up a little bit. With FOMO, with all the money moving around, I still see that this could be very positive for Tesla. I'm not saying that the squeeze or some kind of potential mini squeeze is going to cause Tesla to run up to 3,000 a share or 2,000 this year. I'm not saying that. I'm simply stating that I see lots of bullish momentum if we just wait it out, and it's looking pretty darn good. So be patient, guys. I do see Tesla as a play that's going to be affected by the potential squeezes of this year, and I think it's still looking pretty stable. So just give it time, be calm, cool, and collected, and I will see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.